This might need to go on for a long time. So get comfortable watching me doing nothing, and I'll try to, be entertaining from time to time. But this is just in case something super terrible potentially could happen. Um, 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 um. Here we go. Now let's feel the vibes, shall we? I'm gonna try to do something that was done for me a long time ago. I have no idea what the hell these gestures mean, what the fuck it was all about when it happened to me, but I'm gonna try to recreate something that someone did for me, for you. But first, get yourself in the zone. Get yourself feeling light, feeling tranquil, feeling blissed out. Are you hearing the music loud enough? I think you are. So, how do you wish you could feel the rest of your life? Think about it. There's no rush. How do you wish you could feel if you could feel that way the rest of your life? Now, here comes the weird part that I have no idea what the fuck it means. But brace yourself. It may or may not do something. And get, feel that way. Right, let that ride. Abracadabra, it's over. The with any luck, their great awakening will be complete with that. Hopefully, there's it's obvious that the next age is right now is Generation Z. It's already born, right? So I'm just gonna go back to A, go back to the beginning. 2012, a thing happened a while ago. It was the end of the world, and then there was like a 7 year, um, seven seals, 7 years that sealed the age we were in to the age we were going to be going into, and so during that 7 years time, there was the Mandela effect began. My awakening was triggered. I was told who I was, and I never had to think. I pretty much went straight to knowing it, but I just because you know something doesn't mean you're positive that you're not crazy though. Like I know I'm a boy, but maybe I'm a hermaphrodite and I just don't know it. Stuff like that. Like I knew what I was being told was legit. I could trust it, but I just wasn't sure how. Like I didn't have any confidence in there, and I also don't want to force anybody to believe anything, and so I didn't feel in any way capable of doing it, and I still don't even want to do it. It feels kind of forced, and so if you don't feel any pressure to believe anything, please, it's not that important. um, it's really not. So, so. Anyway, so there's a whole new. Oh boy, I had a lot of crazy stuff happen to me the last like 3 years. Um, it seems like I a lot of crazy shit, and I think I've been tested in a lot of different ways, and I failed in kind of more than I wish I would have. But these things don't seem like they were bad enough to give me enough bad karma for me to be executed as easily as it would normally be possible. I'm pretty damn sure you can definitely kill me. I just don't think it's a good idea. I and I'm pretty sure if you did kill me, that would just be on a timeline where my consciousness wasn't on that timeline. So everything that can happen, every potential future uh, does already exist. It's like the infinite, uh, every possible outcome already does exist, but our consciousnesses, each one of our consciousnesses, individually sailing through this ocean of infinity, and time is like the wind on the sail, and then our choices are like the rudder, and we're steering through with our choices through this infinity, right? And so there's a bunch of different timelines that a bunch of different people are on, and so there's people that might be in your life that aren't really them. They call them non-player characters. They're just, and so my my oldest sister became a non-player character right after I noticed the Mandela effect, and I made this video that was called "Where's My Sister," and the background of that video was warping something, crazy. It was a really unbelievable, like miraculous type of thing that was not explainable by any camera thing. There was no earthquake or nothing. It was just the background warped around, and it seemed to be warping around uh, as it related to the things that were going through my head. I reached over to a dresser, and it came close to me, and then I got what I wanted, and it bounced back. It was really bizarre, but I was talking in that video. I was talking about my sister and how she was not a. She didn't seem like my sister anymore. It seemed like she was like artificial intelligence sister. Like the things that she was telling me were not things my sister I grew up with would say. She was really closed-minded and really, um, like a square, I guess. But my sister was super open-minded and super like hippy dippy, like super, like she wouldn't have said talked to me the way she was talking to me, and so I was really convinced that, and she had also just moved all the way down to Southern California at that recently back then, and I was convinced that the moving away and then this new version of her meant, and then the Mandela effect also meant that she's not on the same timeline as me anymore. Something happened there, and uh, it was kind of sad. But then, but that's kind of the way we all are. Apparently, if you love somebody, you have to, well, in order to be on the same timeline as someone, you have to love them. And so there's definitely going to be timelines where I'm going to get murdered, definitely. And so the people that are going to wind up on that timeline are going to be the timeline, are going to be the people that would like to see me get murdered. And the people that do love me will be on the timeline where I don't wind up getting murdered. That's how I believe it's gonna play out. And like I always say, I don't know anything really for sure. This is all on faith. You don't have. I'm not. There's no pressure anywhere. This is not a cult. This is not some, anything to be afraid of. But that's likely going to be the scenario. So, um, 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 so yeah, the 7 years time between 2012 and now, which I think is lapsed, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, that like that seven seal period time is over, and so we're like in the full blown next age now, and that's gotta be. Um, every age has a completely different like way of thinking and everything. It's just like a different way of life. It's like a much more harmonious type of existence. There's a dark age and a golden age. What's the difference between the dark age and golden age? Like it's the way our thoughts are. Really, it's a way. It's like a more positive and more negative outlook towards things. That's essentially what that is there. Um, 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 I don't really have much more to say right now, but I'm gonna keep this going. You can watch me relax. So I have a new channel named Troublemaking Joe's Witness, which I think is really good. Uh, it's hilarious. Um, Making Joe's Witness. Somebody shut our Lord and Savior up. People are being hell silly. So people take like a lot of ego, negative pushback when they take a lot of pushback from their ego with the idea of somebody being that because they think that that's something that's like super good, super flawless or whatever, and the people seem to think that it's like the guy would be driving a Beamer and working at Facebook, living in the Hamptons or some shit, even though Facebook's not there. But like, and having like this real upper middle class type existence. And I think that that's just as ridiculous as thinking that, yeah, as thinking it could be me. you right? Because doesn't everybody kind of know that guy shows up as homeless people, not like business executives. But the thing is we're all that. We're all that. There's no difference there. We are all God's children. There's no. It's not God. There's God's son, and then there's a bunch of pieces of shit. You know what I mean? God's son and then a bunch of pieces of shit. That's not the way it is. We're all God's children. All of our life's experiences are equally as important to the one that made them. Um, and and the variety in our makeup is simply to provide more variety in the expression of life. It's been used to foment a bunch of negative stuff, a bunch of wars and things like that. But There's definitely a good reason for the everything and the way life is. But people, some people are very negatively oriented, like just so negative, and it's sad because life is not about that. It's like it's a blessing. We're supposed to, we're not here to be suffering away and being hell, playing king of the hill and hell of worried about how we're stacking up compared to other people and uh, you know trying to yeah just trying to impress people and trying to fight for status amongst it's not healthy at all. You need to derive your self worth from yourself. If you can respect yourself, then people will respect you. You won't need to demand anybody else's respect. You'll have it because you're respecting yourself. That's and then the best way to respect yourself is to mean well. If you're meaning well and you are doing things that people that mean well do, you won't have any problem respecting yourself because you just won't be doing a bunch of negative, backhanded, uh, manipulative shit. So you'll be able to respect yourself, and then things will go along smoothly. But there's a lot of negative people in the timeline or age that we were just in a few years ago. Whoa, shit. Whoa, fuck that. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Did that just happen? Oh, God, it's still there. I got a little problem brewing there. Damn, somebody wants me dead. This is bad. As if it's a bad thing. There's no reason to be afraid of that guy, is there? I don't want to be it. I'm feeling pressure that I forced to, and I don't want to let anybody down or I don't want to not be able to respect myself. So I'm feeling like I have no choice, but I don't want to be. If you could just take that burden off of me and just let me live some hedonistic life somewhere in the country, like I'd be fine. Just you don't have to kill me though. Just take me to some Key West or something, and just give me a bunch of money and blow and let me go crazy. But you don't would be the best way to stop me from doing that. Is just to make me a very selfish, hedonistic type of person. Just give me a bunch of cash, let me go fucking party my ass off, and then nobody will have to worry about me doing anything positive. Okay, that wouldn't that be better than come on, do that. You trust me, I'm not gonna lie. I won't do you dirty. I definitely will be a hedonist to the max. You can really count on that. I don't want to get killed. Seems like a reasonable deal to me. Suitcase full of 20s. Okay, but no. Okay, half 20s, half full. Okay. Okay. And just let me just go drive in the sunset. Come on. You get a little Harley and a bitch. They'll come with the grow wire. And then and let me just cruise out of here. Yeah. And then you can definitely keep eye on me and make sure I'm still partying my ass off from time to time. Heck Yeah, there's Bo. He's definitely getting his groove on. It's an offer. It's better than trying to ignore somebody. If you're really that serious about stopping it from potentially being true, then it should be worth at least a briefcase for 20s and hundreds. Let's just make it all hundreds. I got that. That would totally be acceptable to me. Like I'll totally sell my soul, kind of. I mean, you're not gonna own my soul. I mean, I'm gonna need to own the majority stake. I need to keep 51%, but if you want 49, we can we can wheel and deal. I've already made this offer before, but they weren't taking me seriously back then. So I'm hoping now there's a little more realness to it. Oh, your boss, let me know. I'm not gonna have to sign anything in blood on it. Well, I guess as long as you don't have the controlling stake, I won't mind. Won't be no like creepy rituals, right? If the power gets cut, that would be so scary. Oh my god. It's such a horror movie, and then like some saws coming in here, like, oh fuck, this is bad. People try to convince me I got poison with ricin, so maybe tomorrow this time I'll already be dead anyway. So, but it's possible I got poison. It sure didn't seem like it was what I was expecting. That little, something different. All right, well, okay, I guess I'll just let these guys go. I love you too. Uh, take my offer seriously because I'd like some cash.